Hello everyone, this is a Nebula Zombies Camo full guide. To start this off, a few disclaimers. The pistol category of weapon is very bad. If you're going to commit to doing this camo, I recommend you do the pistols early and get them out of the way. None of them are good. Same thing with the launchers. Both of these launchers are bad. They suck to use. I recommend you get them done early if you're going to commit to doing this camo grind. There are, in addition, 2 weapons that you cannot do pack-a-punched. One of them is the GS45. Very good when upgraded, but it cannot get you headshots. And the other one is the LR72. This weapon, also very good when pack-a-punched, but just like the GS45, cannot be pack-a-punched if you want to get your headshots done. For the strategy that I'm going to be showing you in this video, what you're going to want to do is, if you're doing the GS45, just go to round 11 and then extract, or if you don't care for experience, just save and quit. And the LR762 can be done to around the upper teens, 18, 19, without too much problem. The GS45 took me 4 hours to do, and the LR only took me about an hour and a half, maybe. The field upgrade we're going to be using is the Frenzied Guard field upgrade. It is the best field upgrade to use for just raw weapon output, especially because of the augments. This field upgrade will keep you alive. A few augments that you would very much like to have: the probiotic major augment for jug and the hardened plates minor augment. Speedcola, I changed a lot between supercharged and classic formula. Supercharged will get you back your frenzy guard noticeably quicker. Classic formula will give you a quite noticeably faster reload speed. Deadshot daiquiri, you definitely could use any of these in here, but I prefer Dead Again. It just makes it so much easier to avoid reloading. Now, ammo mods. If you're going to use an ammo mod, I recommend it being Cryo Freeze with the Ice Cloud and Liquid Nitrogen combination. This does not take any kills away from you, but it will slow down the group of zombies in front of you by a quite noticeable amount. Then, Frenzy Guard field upgrade. There is absolutely no reason you should not be using the Frenzy Fire major augment for this. In the melee weapons, you want to use Void Sheath and Extension on Ether Shroud. Okay, so for the strategy, we have hopped into a game of Liberty Falls. Now, whether or not you want to play with the Rampage Inducer active is completely up to you. It is obviously going to be faster with it, but it is going to be much more difficult for most people. Now, for the strategy, in the first rounds, in these first 3 rounds, I highly recommend that you actually do the first 3 rounds with your melee weapon. The amount of headshots that you're taking away from your primary weapon is not going to greatly affect how long it takes you to get your headshots done. It's only about 30 kills worth of headshots. But if you do the first few rounds with your melee weapon, you will ultimately end up cutting off maybe a game or 2 during the process of doing the headshots for your other weapons. Okay, so now that we are done with round 3, we're going to go ahead and move on over here towards the bus. We're going to go through this back alley, and we're going to head up the stairs towards the zipline above Speedcola. Now, it should take you about 4,000 points to get from spawn all the way up to here, but you can beeline directly from here, typically by the end of round 3 with the points that you've made. Now, this is where all of the magic happens. I did all of my headshot grinding on this rooftop. Everything is up here. You've got the arsenal machine. Around 25, you get dead shot. Over there, you've got ammo. Down there, you have a crafting bench. And from here, you've got all the zombies coming from in front of you. If you stand right here, every zombie comes from in front of you with the exception of that spider spawn. In the later rounds, a spider can spawn right there from that balcony. Now, that will only happen if you keep this zipline closed. If you open that zipline, you have now activated spawns behind you and zombies will come up from here. So do not open that zipline. Now, another fair warning is if you're standing here and you get pushed back far enough, the pathing from this spawn right here can move from going in front of you to coming through here and attacking you from behind. So if possible, avoid getting backed up too far. It will move the spawns and it will make it more difficult, and then you will have to wiggle your way out and move around this room, trying to go around back this way to here and then back to there, and trying to regain control of standing in this spot without having to move very much. This is going to be difficult for a lot of people. I played with the Rage Inducer on pretty much the entire time, but no matter what, this is not going to be an easy grind. If you are not capable of wiggling your way out of bad situations, there's pretty much no good strategy for you that will keep you alive. Unfortunately, this is just the nature of how it is. With or without the Rampage Inducer, eventually the zombies are going to get too difficult to deal with, and you're going to have to start moving. Now, I stayed up here until round 31 and then did an exfil for most of my guns. Some weapons I left earlier. Some weapons could go a little bit longer. But most weapons, for the most part, you just stand there as much as possible, shoot every zombie from in front of you, and get as many headshots as you can, just making it to round 31. It's the best non-glitched method that is currently in the game, and you can do it for pretty much every single gun, some of them being more difficult than others. Okay, so at now round 5 or 6, you're going to have a vermin round, and what you're going to want to do for vermin rounds is you're going to want to open up this zip line, which goes back to spawn, and you're going to come down here in the alleyway. Now, if you stand in the alleyway right around here where this trash can is, but against the wall, or just in this area, all of your vermins, if you are here before they start spawning, are going to spawn only in these 2 windows. It is going to be very fast. So for the order of operations for things I like to do, I like to spend my scrap as early as I can on weapon damage increases. And at around 8 or 9, I usually end up going over to Pack-a-Punch. And then after the Pack-a-Punch, I will go down there, get Speed Cola, and then I will get Jug, which is right underneath me. Then I'll get Quick Revive. Okay, so now it is round 10. I have gained enough points to go ahead and purchase Speed Cola and Jug. I did them at the same time because I had enough points. Now it is round 11 and you're going to start having manglers spawn. Now, I'm sorry to say this, guys, but there is no quick fix for killing manglers. You just kind of have to learn to deal with them, prioritize them whenever possible. You know they're going to spawn at round 11. The best thing I can tell you for how to deal with them is to start beginning the rounds at this window here where they spawn in, anticipating their spawn, because all the zombies aren't spawned in quite yet. The manglers oftentimes will spawn first of everything, so you can sit here at this window and you can take them out really quickly. Granted, it's not really going to help you when it comes to manglers to spawn deeper in the round, but in these early rounds, if you want to get rid of the manglers really quickly, that is what you can do. You can just sit here and spawn camp them. Okay, so it is now round 15 and your first abomination has spawned. Now, long-term, guys, unfortunately, just like the manglers, there's no serious long-term answer for them, but I do have a short-term fix. During the headshot portion of the grind, what I liked to do was use the kill streaks that the manglers and the abomination would drop on the floor to kill the abomination, exit the kill streak. Like if I had a chopper gunner, I would specifically look for the abomination, kill it, exit the chopper gunner. Same thing for the mangler injection. Sit there, whack at the abomination until it died, exit, be done with it. That is the only way that I can really recommend to you early on to take care of the abomination. Okay, so now it is round 25. I have the rage inducer back on, and the deadshot machine has showed up, and this is what a full round looks like in the mid-20s with everything that I have showed you. You see the cryo freeze, ice clouds at work, the spider that likes to spawn behind you. That is the mangler that sometimes you will have to deal with. And this is what happens when you get pushed back. You see that spawn? It started coming from behind me. Frenzy guard active again. You should not take that pathway I just showed you. But I was in frenzy guard, so you can afford to turn around sometimes. Onto the opal camo. This is also the same location I used for my opal camo, but instead of exfilling at 31, I went into the 30s. If anyone has ever been to 31, you would know that a lot of manglers start to spawn at 31 and beyond. By the time you hit 31 or 32, you should have gotten about 15-ish manglers. So if you just wanted to run games with 31, just like you did for the headshots, then that is something you could also do. Quick little side note here. The Afterlife camo seems to be bugged right now, and it is just 20 kills 10 times, so 200 kills. The taking damage part does not set your camo progression. So basically just take any gun to the rooftop, get your 200 kills with it, and move on. Okay, so you are now on the step 4 Nebula. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to build the jet gun from the Easter egg. Then you're going to want to come over to the comic store. You're going to want to pick up a part that's right there in the ceiling of the comic store. Then you're going to want to come all the way over here, go to the speedcola rooftop, come down on this truck, pick up a part that is in that window. You're just going to want to left click and suck it all the way in here to Pack-a-Punch, and go up to this machine and press the button. Now you're gonna have this hat right here. You're gonna suck that too. Do that for all 3 parts. Now once that is done, you're going to come over here, take the zipline, and build the LTG. Now once you've built the LTG, you're gonna come back in here and you're gonna pick up this canister. Now you're gonna want to drop the canister right away. Leave it there forever. Now once you've dropped the canister, come all the way down here to the bus and place down a different canister. Now just defend it, and once you've defended it successfully, you will get either an abomination that is named, like this, or you will get a named Mangler. Now, all you have to do is kill it with whatever gun you want Nebula on, and once you've killed it, so long as you've killed it on the same round, you can come back here and you can spawn a new one every single round. Now, since I finished the round, since I killed the one from round 11 on round 12, as soon as round 13 spawns, I can interact with this object, and a white flash will happen, and a new abomination will spawn. Whichever one you got this game will be the one that you get the entire game. And you can do that every single round. Now, if you don't want to do the Easter egg method that I just displayed, there is another method. So around 15 or 16, your abomination is going to spawn in. Mine is going to be 15 because I had round 12 spiders. So what you do for this method is you simply kill the abomination. Then once you've killed the abomination, you save and quit. Then you load back into the file. And when you spawn in, a new abomination will be here. Now, once you kill this abomination, to be able to save and quit again, you're going to have to progress the round. And then once you progress the round, you save and quit again. And when you load the file, there will be yet another abomination. You can do this on repeat until you have all the abomination kills that you want. So as of the time I'm recording this video, I have 19 out of the 33 weapons with Nebula obtained on them. Now, all of the methods that I have taught you in this video are methods that I used on my entire journey to this point. It was about 3 days and 7 hours of in-game playtime. You could do this a little faster. You could do this a little slower. Many people will probably do this slower. It seems as though I was a bit of a psycho in the method that I played. But this is the fastest method for going from nothing all the way to Nebula. This will not be fast. This will be more time intensive for you. But hope you enjoy your camo.